àwọn ìpìlẹ̀ iná tó bá tún dọ̀la bóyá o máa tún mú ìpìlẹ̀ tó kọ́ ló máa tún lò lọ́la o bóyá kò tún wà nǹkan míì kò tún gbélé pìlẹ̀ lórí torí àti wọ́n pé ìpìlẹ̀ àṣetánì ni ẹ ìwọ ló kọ àṣetánì tó lọ ń jù àti rí ẹ náà ìwọ rẹ ọlọ́run nìyẹn ọlọ́run á bí ẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwà ọlọ́run á bí ẹ ẹlẹ́dàá Mohbad kan máa bí ẹ tó bá pé oṣù mẹ́sàn-án tó fi gbóyún ẹ náà ó máa jà ó máa bí ẹ Abọ́sẹ̀dé ó máa bí ẹ gbogbo ọ̀nà torí yóò kí ń ṣe abiyamọ ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé ìyá ló bímọ ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé àwọn tó tọ́mọ ṣé gbogbo àwa tá a jókòó àwa la jẹ́ ìyá Mohbad kò ń ṣèwọ lórí burúkú obìnrin tí ò ṣe tọrọ obìnrin èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run rí láyé mi jọ ti ń wá láyé ibi tí mo ti máa kọ́kọ́ rí láyé mi pé ọkùnrin lè máa fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé òun lọ gbá lápò fọ́mọ obìnrin a màmá ń gbìyànjú o obìnrin ló máa sáré kìdàkìdà lórí ọmọ eléyìí wájú oyè olórí burúkú somebody apá àti wèrè confam ni Abọ́sẹ̀dé confam ni wèrè orí ẹ̀ òun ó kàn wáyé kó bímọ ni kóun ò dókó kó bímọ ni kan tó wáyé wá ṣe nìyẹn kò wáyé wá tọ́mọ ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ jèrè ọmọ gbogbo owó tí Mohbad kó fún ẹ kí ló rí fi ṣe kò rí kankan fi ṣe torí pé pété yóò bá ṣe sí tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ègún ló máa jẹ́ fún ẹ rí pé bí Mohbad ṣe bó ṣe tọ́jú ẹ̀ tó gbogbo nǹkan tó ti ṣe fún ẹ náà kó tó papòdà àárín lára ẹ̀ àárí pé wọn náà mọ́tò tó gbélẹ̀ ní tó pé mímọ́ tí ẹ̀ fọwọ́ tí mo fi ṣiṣẹ́ mo fi rà kò hàn lára ẹ̀ ó tún máa wò tán ó tún wo bàbá yìí pé ó tún ń dán ó máa dán kù ni áyán máa dán kù ni ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni bó ṣe bá rí báyìí bí náà ṣe ń bàjẹ́ inú ò ní dùn látàárọ̀ dalẹ́ Abọ́sẹ̀dé inú ò ní dùn bó ṣe rí jòsí ẹ̀ inú ò ní dùn látàárọ̀ dalẹ́ ìbànújẹ́ tó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló máa bẹ́ẹ̀ dalẹ́ mo lórí burúkú ẹ̀dá aláyé bàjẹ́ obìnrin irú ẹ̀dá lórí burúkú obìnrin wò lélẹ̀ adójú tó obìnrin.
Breaking news. Veron have been released. Veron have been released. Thank God, though. Veron is home. Oh, congratulations to us. So please. Congratulate Vero, he's back home.
Once she stopped plotting mad by Ferry that man Jamu.
Big congratulations to us. So
that madam is revering to.
Thank God.
Because if the fight continues, Ferry that man will split a lot. Ferry that man knows much about what we have been discussing for the past 10 months. He knows much. He said he has done his own investigation. He has gathered some truth. And if the truth come out, Madam is going down. Which Madam?
Hey, when they hear so,
Madam is going
please
down.
share this video.
And there's something about this paternity stuff.
Okay.
And this paternity, Mr. ALOBA, we just have to say this. The paternity has become a public thing.
Okay.
Don't sign any agreement with anybody. The paternity must be known to the public.
Yes.
Mistakes tí ẹ fẹ́ ṣe
lélẹ́yìí o. Àwọn public ló ń fi àbùkù kan ọmọ yẹn o. And if you now go ahead and sign something to hide the result, that stigma will still be there because there's no way they will convince the public that this thing proves it's Mohbad's son, this thing says it's not Mohbad's son. So the issue of an agreement settling within the family for this paternity, I'm not saying you people should not settle. You are family. It's none of my business.
Let's
so
come
this
back on
paternity
Facebook.
issue
Is
for the sake of
just
that
don't
baby.
go anywhere.
So that it will not haunt him back in the future. That is why it should not be hidden. Don't go into agreement with anybody, Papa Mohbad. Like your brother said, he said he trusted you that you can never do such thing. Because this paternity of a thing cause a lot of things. Because of the paternity, the freedom fighters who are in prison won't just regain freedom today. Arifa is still there. So it's not something you can just take and say that, okay, no problem, I agree. No, you have to let the public know so that the stigma will be washed away from that baby. That is why you cannot hide it. DNA is a must.
It's a must.
And I don't even understand, because what Very Dark Man was trying to say, he has heard a lot. He has heard a lot about what happened to Mohbad. He has heard a lot about what happened to Mohbad. But he was expecting those people to come out and say it.
They will not say it, though.
That is why he's saying that let's go back to the case. And truly, if we remember Funmi's first post, she said, nigga. No, there's nothing where she wrote my love, my this, my heart, my life, my word, my nothing like that. They have taken the nigga away. Take your trophy. Is it the less you people can do? You took the nigga away. Take your trophy. Everything revolves around her. So for him to remember us that we should go back to the case, that means we have to start from the beginning and bringing out some points, like what Mohbad has said earlier, what women have said earlier, visiting the CCT again, so that whatever we are saying will be making reference to those evidence. So that is why we need to let it go now. We need to focus and discuss something that is very important. So that's what I want to say on that. So, Mommy Afrod, unmute your mic and say something concerning this VN we listened to.
Good evening. Good evening.
Anyone.
Everybody.
Anyone.
Ṣeré kan tí mo fẹ́ sọ, actually ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ DNA yìí mi ì really kà kún tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, to say the real fact. Mi ò really kà kún. But mo wá láti ìjẹta ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀, ó ń jẹ́ kí n sketch mọ́ fídíò tí mo gbọ́ ẹ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ DNA yìí. DNA gbogbo láì pé mi gbogbo wọn ló ṣe pa Mohbad. I think so. So ibi tọ́rọ̀ wá dé àdúrà la máa fi ran bàbá Mohbad lọ́wọ́. Because wọn ò ríyàn ṣùgbọ́n wọn ní Nàìjíríà. Wọn ò rí. Òun nìkan dẹ́gbọ́n ń ja ìjà yẹn. Ọlọ́run wá bàjá, Ọlọ́run kún lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run kò kún lọ́wọ́, because ṣe Very Dark Man tó sọ̀rọ̀. Kò sí tí Mali bá lọ sí court inquest kò sí nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ sọ. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ sọ. Òun ó fẹ́ kàn gbé Very Dark Man ni òun tó sọ̀rọ̀. Ó ti máa ní kí Very Dark Man sọ̀rọ̀. Òun ló lọ́rọ̀ kí ló tó ń fún ara rẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. You cannot send the Very Dark Man outside to come and talk now. That one, no, you know that it's not possible now. Ó fẹ́ wọn lẹ́wọ̀n ni now. Òun fún ara ló máa sọ̀rọ̀. So ọmọ yẹn náà she is very wise. Ó fọgbọ́n ṣe. So bóyá sọ fún gbogbo bọ́sì tàkó wá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, I think that is the best thing. Kó bọ́sì tàkó wá sọ̀rọ̀. So kò sí nǹkan tí Very Dark Man fẹ́ sọ. Torí mo gbọ́ nu ọjọ́ tó sọ pé if he say the thing go kill the madam.
Let's say the madam will go down.
The madam will go down. So yẹ́nì ọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo wa tẹ̀sí mọ́ àti mọ ibi tó ń lọ, àti mọ ibi tó máa parí, àti mọ ibi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, àti mọ ibi tó nǹkan tó ṣekú pa Mohbad but a fẹ́ gbọ́ òtítọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn ìjọba wa kán dájọ́ yẹn bó ṣe yẹ. Baba Mohbad, Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ kún yín lọ́wọ́. Agbára yín kan, it's not your power, it's God. Over 10 months, I think it's going to 10 months now. So God will continue straightening you. Ẹ má jẹ́ kán tọwọ́ bọ yín. Torí bí tèmi wá, èmi ò ní parọ́ o. Èmi bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni tèmi trust you ní Nàìjíríà yẹn mọ́. Lẹ́yìn kí bàbá Mohbad fúnra rẹ̀ kó lọ àjọ ìsílẹ̀ báyìí kó tẹ̀lé lọ sí lọ́dún fẹ́ ṣe DNA yẹn. Wọ́n dé lọ́yà dẹ̀ lọ́ máa wá. Ọ̀ọ́kán ṣe báyìí tó yẹ pé wọ́n lè ṣe kọ́ máa gbé kan wá sí abroad ò lè parọ́. Abroad ò lè parọ́. Because I don't trust anybody.
That is why we said that he should go there to identify Mohbad's body himself. He should not send anybody. He should go there and identify his son.
Ṣebí tó ń ṣe DNA, ṣebí kí ni bàbá náà máa gbà? Ṣé tí Mohbad náà fẹ́ gbà ni?
I'm talking about the autopsy and toxicology.
Ṣé ti rí yẹn gan-an? Ọlọ́run ṣe rí èmi believe pé that is what I feel. Èmi believe pé tó máa ti ṣe DNA ẹ gbàgbé tó máa ṣe DNA ọ̀rọ̀ máa pèsè jẹ a máa mọ kó tó pa Mohbad I swear tó máa fi lè grant DNA yẹn kí àwọn Mohbad gbàgbé autopsy gan I swear tó máa ti lè jẹ́ kó ṣe I swear you should forget about autopsy you should forget it ibẹ̀ ni kéèsì yẹn ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Everything Nigerian government náà ń ju wọn bá àtijọ́ wọ́n yín wọn bá wọn fẹ́ ṣe náà tó bá ti jẹ́ kán ṣe tó ti ṣe ìgbàgbé ẹ̀ ní ìdí gbogbo tó kù mọ̀. Ìyẹn gangan ẹni pé ibẹ̀ yẹn gangan ni wàhálà wà táwọn gbogbo wọn tó ń tẹ̀lé gẹ̀yìn ibẹ̀ yẹn gangan ni wàhálà wà bí àwọn bá ti ṣe máa press ìjọba tó ṣe máa jẹ́ kán ṣe kìíní yẹn. I think that one is the key nínú kéèsì yìí òun ní key kéèsì yìí òun ní because kí ló dé tó ń gbọ́mọ torí DNA ò fọmọ sí school kí ló tó ń gbọ́mọ káàkiri ẹ̀kẹ́ tí mo náà I think it's clear to everybody now so God will continue stretching the map so that's only àtúwà ní ká máa fi ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ because ṣẹ́ni ẹlẹ́ran ara ní gbogbo wa presentation lè yálò ẹlẹ́ran ara òun ni gbogbo wa presentation máa yálò ó má dẹ̀ sí wọn that's the only thing I will say.
Thank you so much for that. Queen, hold on, I'll bring you up. God first, unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Babada said DNA is the motive. So me too, I'm in support of DNA. Even for now, everything. We have to touch everywhere. And very dark man, yes, so he has all the evidence. So that is why you see they are coming for him every time. Had it been we have a strong backup, government so strong on our side, it will be better. It's going to Maduro so that so the DNA push it. DNA, toxicology, autopsy.
But what of Tombashi DNA, Tomobajomo Mohbad? DNA to soften.
That is why I said. That is why I said, me, I can't go for only DNA alone. We need both results for me because DNA. If here is not taken, if Baba is not, si Baba Baduro sibe by funra won rig fake no ma mudani because they are
with what has been going on. We can understand that Baba cannot trust anybody.
And you can see that already DNA go low fa issue. Okay, most of àwọn most of them ti sọ pé kí DNA kó lọ ṣe kó tó di pé Tọ́lání ó tún why is it that Tọ́lání is against that DNA? Why is it that she's against the DNA? She's against the DNA. Because ma'am, okay, or lórí DNA. Possibility wa kí Wunmi ti jẹ́wọ́ or kí Tọ́lání ti gba research from where is not for Mohbad. So we need the 3 results. That's my own submission.
Thank you so much for that. I'll borrow your space for Queen to come up. Dr. Dia, unmute your mic.
No problem.
Oh, hold on. She Dr. Dia and Betty about to send bed. That means I have to drop her and use her space. Dr. Dia, okay. Princess Aniki.
Mo kí gbogbo lé o. Ẹ̀yọ́ ṣé mi ò pariwo síta ṣé kò hàn?
No.
Bíbá.
No.
Okay.
No.
Mo kàn torí mo wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ client mi. Ó dẹ̀ ń wo TV. Okay, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mo kí gbogbo lé lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Justice for Mohbad. We have said this and people have already spoken. They've said most of what we want to say. Kò ní ìdí ká tún máa repeat ọ̀rọ̀. We have known that the motive to Mohbad is part of the DNA. His DNA is in question. Now, for what has been happening, nǹkan tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láti ìjẹta, ká dẹ̀ ti ń gbọ́ fìnnìfìnnì wípé wọ́n fẹ́ kí bàbá fọwọ́ sí ìwé kó lè rí báyìí. Bàbá kan jẹ́ kí bàbá mọ̀ pé àwọn public àwọn là ń tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn o. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe àsìkò tá a wà yìí ní crucial time yìí ni bàbá máa let our public down in the sense that pé kan wà lọ fọwọ́ sí ìwé. Kí bàbá jọ lóòótọ́ ọmọ wọn ló ṣaláìsí o ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ìgbà èèyàn ló dìde àìmọye ilé tó ti tún ṣe kí má san nǹkan míì nípa ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad ẹlòmíì iṣẹ́ tí kò wá ní dá kárí ìjákulẹ̀ nípasẹ̀ DNA yìí because tá a bá ti gbọ́ result DNA yẹn gbogbo àwọn tó ń sọ wípé bàbá ti ń settle underground báwo la ṣe wá fẹ́ prove ẹ̀ pé it's wrong because tó bá ṣe DNA tí a gbọ́ èsì táwọn tí bàbá ti settle lẹ́yìn nìyẹn kán lọ sí Mohbad gbogbo ìjà tá à ń jà láti jọjọ́ yìí kò sí kan tó kàn wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ they don't look at our own feelings too because this Mohbad case is emotional case too even if we look at it. Some people, emotion has been damaged one way or the other. So kí máa fọ̀rọ̀ gan kí bàbá jọ títorí Ọlọ́run kó jọ torí ẹlẹ́dàá wọn. I know he doesn't trust most people now pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí and adúpẹ́ pé at least ọpọlọ àwọn èèyàn Ọlọ́run ti lo orí ẹ̀yìn báyìí láti lo ọgbọ́n wípé a ní that drag ara wa mọ́ because the more tá a bá ṣe ń drag ara wa gan a tún fi ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì sí ọkàn bàbá yẹn ni. I think they have another meeting tomorrow concerning this DNA of 18. Ọlọ́run á tẹ̀lé bàbá lọ, Ọlọ́run á ṣáájú wọn lọ, Ọlọ́run á gbẹnu wọn sọ̀rọ̀, but kó má fọwọ́ sí ìwé kankan. Lọ́yà tó bá máa tẹ̀lé wọn lọ́la náà, Ọlọ́run á fún ní ọpọlọ ọgbọ́n láti ṣe iṣẹ́ náà ní àṣeyẹ. Kó má tọwọ́ bọ̀wé, should not sign anything, not at this crucial time. The DNA needs to be done. Kó lè mọ ikú tó pa Mohbad. Ká lè mọ̀ kọ́mọ yẹn gan kó lè rìn fanda láàrin àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀. Wọn lè rẹ́gísítà ẹ̀ kò lè ṣe nǹkan kan tó yẹ kó ṣe. Normal things tó yẹ kọ́mọdé ṣe. Even gan àwọn ọmọ yẹn ò dán because ẹni tó bí gan ọ̀ráyè tọ́jú ẹ̀. Àwọ̀ ẹ̀ ò dán bí ẹni tí tó jáde because tí bàbá ẹ̀ bá wà láyé tó bá yẹ pé lóòótọ́ tí Mohbad ni ṣó máa wà kọ́mọ náà kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n ká lè mọ̀ títọ́ ká lè mọ̀ bóyá òun ló bí lóòótọ́ DNA yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ ó ṣe kókó àmọ́ kí bàbá má tọwọ́ bọ̀ rẹ̀ and toxicology àti ti pathologist náà ó wà very 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 important nítorí àwọn tó ní wá àwọn leaders wa wọ́n ti gbé àlùmọ̀ ìkọ́rí wọnú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí so kò jẹ́ ká trust wọn.
Princess, now that we have understood that the day they granted us the paper, that will be the day that the counting of the days will begin. So we can now relax and not to be panic about we are giving limited time. We are giving limited time. Now that we know that they granted the order today, then we can continue from counting from that day they granted the order. So we don't need to panic about the date. So that one is sorted out.
Yes,
When
ma.
I've explained further and expatiate on that first.
Okay, ma. Yes, ma. I need that to panic, but I don't need that to panic more because press wọn náà. Kí ni nǹkan tó ń dá wọn dúró láti fún wọn láti sign ìwé láti fún wọn ní application kan lọ ṣe. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ti grant ẹ̀ kí ló ń dá wọn dúró? So I need that to jẹ́ kán mọ̀ náà pé àwa yìí gà kán sign nǹkan tó fẹ́ sign kán jẹ́ kán lọ ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Because once tẹ́tílé agree pé go and do this thing, why now delaying? Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ lo ọgbọ́n fún wa kí time fi lọ tó ti dìgbà tó máa fi lọ fún another inquest or kó súnmọ́ time ìgbà tó máa yẹn máa fi pé ọdún kan kí wọ́n jọ kí wọ́n tètè sign nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n sign time kó jẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe because it's very very important and àti sọ́tẹ́lẹ̀ náà àdẹ̀tí ń sọ bàbá gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ọkàn akọ this time around kán wọlé tí nǹkan wọn kán wo ojú ẹ̀ wò kán yẹ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ wò kán yẹ ẹsẹ̀ ẹ̀ wò ṣé Mohbad gangan ni kó tó di pé wọ́n yọ nǹkan lára ẹ̀ mo ṣe tẹnu mọ́ mo wà lọ́dọ̀ Papariano ní last week tí ẹ̀gbọ́n bá mi ṣe wá ọmọ yẹn ló ń wọlé tì wọ́n ojú ara àbúrò òun ni wọ́n ti yọ nǹkan ìwògàn wọn ò sọ fún kí lórúkọ wọn ò sọ fáwọn wọn kàn déédéé pé àwọn ni pé okay o wọn fẹ́ wọn máa carry out kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ lára àbúrò òun autopsy lára àbúrò ní wọn ò sọ fáwọn àwọn ò prepare so nígbà tóun máa débẹ̀ gan government kínní ni wọ́n fún àwọn ìgbà tó ẹni tó fáwọn gan tó máa wọlé àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n ti wà nínú ilé ó ní kò pẹ́ náà ni lady náà jáde kò bá wọn sọ nǹkan kan ó ní àtìgbà yẹn àwọn ò gbọ́ kankan ti bá mi ṣẹlẹ̀ ti kọjá 2 years báyìí so wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe ó ní wọ́n ṣe purọ́ fáwọn náà nìyẹn pé wọ́n ń gbé kí lórúkọ specimen àbúrò òun lọ abroad ó lóun fún ara wọn òun náwó pé ok ṣéèyàn lè tẹ̀lé wọn lọ because àwọn ò trust yín wọ́n ní no wọ́n ní wọn ò gbà so wọ́n ń lo ọgbọ́n àlùmọ̀ ìkọ́rọ́ yìí ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá wò wọ́n àparọ́ fún wa wọ́n ní àwọn endsars ló bá kíní pathologist kíní wọn tí wọ́n ní láàbù wọn tí wọ́n ní jẹ́ ṣé àsìkò tí bá mi ṣe yẹn ṣé endsars ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ńgbà yẹn ṣá.
It was the second day they exhumed Mohbad's body. According to Dr. Kemi Oluloyo, ni wọ́n ti ṣe autopsy. The second day. It was the pathologist, it was the toxicology that took like a long time because during the toxicology they have to take some samples. That autopsy, I was told that they can use some machine to just place it on the body of the deceased and they will dictate what happened to that body. That it was the second day they exhumed the body, they carry out the autopsy. According to her, when she was narrating her story then.
Wọ́n kàn ń parọ́ ni wá lẹ́gbẹ́ ẹ máa purọ́ fún gbọ́n family pé gbé specimen wọn family wọn travel abroad. So I need àti fold the hands náà pé ká máa dúró dè wọ́n pé ó dìgbà tó bá tó sign. Àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà náà kí wọ́n dìde lórí ẹsẹ̀ wọn kí wọ́n béèrè necessary things. Once there's a grant sign the application and let them go and do what they need to do. Because it's very, very important. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful submission. Mommy, God's love, unmute your mic. Are you there, ma'am? Mommy, God's love, are you okay?
Yes, I'm here.
Mommy, God's love, are you okay?
No, God's love. Are you friendly?
Hello. Hey. Anyway, what I would like to say about the DNA is that we are in a lawless country, in a country where the law is working. First thing they do when something like this happens, they already say they won't even make noise. They'll just take the feeding bottle or something they used to feed that baby and then go and conduct what they
Is that your network?
Nigeria I don't understand what happened.
Is that a network?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Is anybody
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. So what is going on is that we don't need to do all this, but they push us to do it. Autopsy, DNA is number one thing. At least let us eliminate that. It is because of that baby that Mohbad was killed. Maybe it's because of the baby he was left to die in his pain. So once autopsy is conducted, that's the beginning of the case. And when DNA is conducted. Then what I would like to say is that 9%, I believe that baby is not Mohbad's baby. If that baby is Mohbad's baby, when Mohbad died, there's no how they will not put small sand in that baby and to bury Mohbad, to bury his father. But they never do that. That's one. Number two, if the baby is Mohbad's baby, it will not take Black Widow all this process to conduct a DNA. That's number two. And if it's if Mohbad is the father of that baby, that birthday will not be conducted because it's going to give respect to the body, to the late father of the 1-year-old boy. So I see a lot of reason why the man in question is not the father of the baby we are talking about. So for her to come out and be placing Baba on so many conditions that they have to do this and do that and do that because she doesn't trust Baba. But when she went to Baba that she wanted to be pregnant, she trusted Baba that time. But at this point, she did not trust Baba again. She just lying from one corner to another. She said they want to kill her baby if they ask her baby to do DNA. How is DNA a death sentence? I don't know. The autopsy and toxicology. By the time, if the CTC is granted tomorrow, autopsy will be ready before the next inquest. The one that will not be ready is the toxicology because they know toxicology take in between 3 weeks to 6 weeks. And then they don't want, that one will not come up that time. And if after all this is done and we still did not get what killed Mohbad, then the intelligence of private investigator will unravel everything that is going behind the curtain, that went behind the curtain, sorry. So what I'm saying in essence is that as we are talking, a lot of people know what killed Mohbad. A lot of people. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4, it's not 5, it's not 6, it's not 10 that knows what killed Mohbad. Like what a very dark man said, and I quote, he said he has done his investigation very well, that what he heard, if he say it, that Madam too will go down. That's why Madam is jumping up and down, so that they can bury Mohbad and she'll be able to rest. And what is going on now, I like what happened at the inquest that day, and I praise God for it. The way they put her in a place that you did not marry this man legally, you marry him customarily. And under the law that you got married to Mohbad, the father is head of the family. And even in the absence of the father's brother is the head of the family. You can't just go and say, carry the body and go and bury it. So, Mama Mohbad, I don't know how much they are giving you, and I don't know how much they promise you. And I don't know what again is added to what they are giving to you. But for you to come out constantly to disgrace yourself and prove to the world that Mohbad is nobody to you is so, It's so saddening my heart that
So alarming.
a mother like you will come out. A mother like you will come out and you don't care. You are saying, ọmọ yẹn ti fẹ́ kán sin òun kó lọ rest ó ń yọ sí ẹ. Who are you? How much are you paid? If tọmọ yẹn bá ń yọ sí ẹ lóòótọ́, ó yẹ kó ti mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ ẹ ò mọ́ ni, that you are doing something against him. He's warning you that let my father probe those that needs to be probed. Let my father dig down, dig deep, and unravel my debt. That's what Mohbad máa ń yọ sí Abosede. That's the message for Abosede. I don't know if, because some people will say it's poverty. But I don't know how much money is promised them, like ADURA and Blessing and Mama Mohbad. I don't know how much they are expecting. But let me tell you, if Mohbad should be alive, no matter how much you have been promised, he is going to do more than that for you. Only if we know what we don't know. But for all of you to keep quiet and think that this movement will just go ahead and quiet and nothing will happen. The next inquest, Mama Mohbad, don't be tired. Black Widow, don't be tired. Go there again and do your drama. I give all of you the 3 months from now. The toxicology will be done. Autopsy will be done. DNA will be done. And when all this one is done, and we now know who killed Mohbad, where will you be, Mama Mohbad? Where will you be, Blessing and ADURA? That you cannot even fight for your own brother. It's people outside your family that is standing with your father to find how and what killed Mohbad. I have never seen this type of family in my life, and I pray I will never see this type of family again in my life.
Amen.
That the death of their brother means nothing to them. I've seen a woman that gave birth to a young man that has mental problem. In the days of me in my mother's village, when a vehicle was coming and hit that boy, he was having mental problem. We call him so many names and he'll be dancing. But his mother lived in that place, in my mother's village. So he was trying to cross a road and a vehicle hit him and he died. Do you know that the mother was still crying, despite the fact that the young man was time weary? The mother was crying, not to talk of ọmọ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́, tó dúró déédéé, ọmọ tí ò ṣẹ̀yìn, tó wálé ayé ẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́jẹ́. You cannot stand for him. You cannot defend him. You cannot do anything. He died and you were running as a mother to go and bury this young man. Anyways, we are going ahead. We are still in the movement. We will not be quiet. We will not be silent. The Nigerian government that knows how to sweep every case under the carpet, that destroy the fabric of Nigerian police with corruption. Now, we are talking about Bamishi. Nobody knew because we don't pray any evil happen to us. If anybody have had the knowledge of this is how they do Bamishi son, when they call Baba would have told the Blessing, let us call our own doctor, let us call our own pathologist too, so that we can do what we need to do. They can excuse themselves from the government and say, can you give us 2 days so that we can get our own pathologist and join you? Thank you. And join you to do and join you to take our own sample so that we can do our own test. You know, if Baba already knew that this is how they treated Bamishe issue, Baba would have at least get a pathologist and then would have take samples, and that would have sent a message to them that these people sharp rapper, that these people know what they are doing. Well, since we don't know who is the next. But as far as we are able to unravel, we just go and make sure if they drag it long, we drag it long with them. I'm telling you, the next person, Lagos State and the other states in Nigeria, we wake up to their responsibility. We just have to keep doing what we are doing, talking about it, and then those people working with us or working for mobile justice underground, we keep doing what they are doing, and then we don't need to say too much about this here because we just want to make sure that all these things is done and presented, and God's willing that anybody that has hand in the death of Iliri Oluwa will be unraveled. Thank you, Mommy Jokem.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for that wonderful submission. We appreciate your knowledge. God bless you, Ma. TB Kenny, unmute your mic.
Some jokers at
Dr. Esther, I will come back to you.
And if we just to come more, had any white justice for nobody, can you lose the more like long? If I tell me if you pay, what I think happened is Lagos State, they know what they are doing. When we do the protest, the one in Abuja and the one in London and US, and we went to the MNS, they become so ashamed that they say, okay, because from what they said about one key our pathology tiwawa ati todomo ko wa kakini yen fún wa ni tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ́ bá wọn ti. So ko wa gbogbo protest ta ṣe yìí àti lọ sí lab yẹn ti acknowledge wa pa àwọn gba àwọn ma look into it kokko be yẹn. Wọ́n wá ti rí pé àwọn ọmọ yìí ò máa nígbà wo George tó bá ti débẹ̀ lè sọ fún wọn kó máa fún wọn ní autopsy. Àwa náà wá dé àti dúpẹ́. Kí ni autopsy tẹ́ fún wa pé ká wá ṣe? Tẹ́ sign, tẹ́ release TCT document. Whatever. Ẹ ti get tí mo sọ tí wọ́n release ẹ̀.
That is application.
Release application for signing or whatever. Kí pathology tí wọ́n náà tẹ̀lé ti wá lọ. Ká lọ mú sample. Ẹ wá ní ẹ fún wa ní oṣù kan. Ẹ wo nínú oṣù kan ó ti di July 8 o. Wọ́n mọ ohun tó ń ṣe. Wọ́n mọ pa lè débi tá wà yìí. Ìyẹn ló ń dùn wọn gan ni. Dẹ̀ ní dákẹ́. We cannot be silent and we will not be silenced. Nǹkan tí èmi fi pé we need to continue saying we want give it to us, we need to do our own. Then a ní àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà wa. Níjọ́ tó bá ti fún wa báyìí, tó ti acknowledge pé fún wa, tó ti débẹ̀ tó ti take sample yẹn, ibẹ̀ la máa kà tó àjọ máa fà á ni. Kéèsì eléyìí wọn ní win. Our masses la máa win. Because we the people, our the government. Kò sí tó bá wọn kọ́ ṣe, ibi tó bá wọn kọ́ sáré sí. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ defend, wọ́n imagine tó fẹ́ defend yẹn, wọ́n máa di síta padà ní ẹ lọ wò. Ipe wò wàhálà yìí ti pọ̀ jù, àwọn people yóò gbà. Nǹkan tí mi ò bá ní ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ ni, ẹ wò kan tí Very Dark Man sọ. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ náà, kò lè gbẹnu ẹ̀ jáde ni. Mo kàn ń gbàdúrà kan Ọlọ́run kókó sí a lot of people nínú irú Very Dark Man yẹn. Kó bá wa sọ fún yàn tó máa sọ. Mọ̀ tí ẹ̀ ní gbójú wọn síta. Ká máa rí nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé a máa mi Lagos State láti jẹ́ ká ṣe kìíní. Then ṣe dẹ̀rí ti DNA yẹn. Èmi ò really wò bóyá ṣe nǹkan tí àyàwó mi já fún ni wípé number one, kò mẹ́ni tó bá sùn, kò mẹ́ni tó nà mọ́. Èmi rí
Ibo láti já sí iye.
Ẹ gbà bí ṣe sọ fún ṣé mo kó obìnrin ló mọ iye èèyàn tó bá sùn tó fi mẹ́ni tó lóyún. So nǹkan tó ń ṣe nìyẹn ó dẹ̀ wò bá ọmọ yìí lè má jọmọ Mohbad. Nǹkan tó ń ṣe nìyẹn tó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe kìíní ẹ̀ tó bá síbẹ̀ ni báwo lè ṣe fẹ́ condition bàbá ipe kó wá sign pẹ̀lú yín kẹ́ fi ṣe wíwo láwo ń wo. Tó bá jẹ́ Mohbad lórílẹ̀ ní ọmọ yẹn 100%, mo mímọ̀ pé ó máa gain a lot. Ẹ mọ iye advert ọmọ yẹn máa ti ṣe. Ẹ wo owó tó seize lórí ọmọ yẹn. Ṣé mo kó bá 70 something million lówó ọmọ yẹn tó gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé lórí?
tó wọ́n nínú GoFundMe tó gbé síta lákọ̀ọ́kọ́.
Owó tó gbé síta tó bá wọn gbàgbà yẹn ṣé mo pọ́n pẹ́sẹ̀ lé lórí dìsìn ni.
Ok, ṣé wọ́n ṣàkáǹtì fún ni?
Wọ́n ṣí àkáǹtì tí bàbá kan bá wọn ṣí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbowó rẹpẹtẹ yẹn.
Ṣé wọ́n gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ni àbí wọ́n ṣe fi restriction sí?
Wọ́n fi ẹ̀tìbọn gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé náà restriction náà nìyà ẹ̀kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí
wọ́n sì lè gbé
wọ́n sì lè gbé kó. Tó wá jẹ́ pé Wùmí ṣọ́ ni a ti ṣe náà a fẹ́ ti bàbá lóyún.
Owó ọmọ ọ̀gá ti fẹ́ wọ 200.
A ti ti ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ mọ èèyàn tó máa endorse ọmọ yẹn, ẹ mọ èèyàn tó máa fún lówó. Irú àwa báyìí inú abiyamọ ni wá, a tún fowó sí. Torí èmi wà náà tó fi díẹ̀ sí, a tún fowó sí. Èmi rí i pé nǹkan tó ṣe nìyẹn. Kí lẹ rí?
Owó yẹn ojú 65M lọ, Sam Clef ló bá wọn gbà.
Àná ò bá ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ká pé ọmọ yìí ṣe kinní tó bá gbé.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Á ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Yeah, you're right.
And a lot of people á lo ọmọ yẹn. Ikọ̀ tèmi fi ìpon ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rí ìyá Mohbad. Ó ti há. Torí pé kí ni? Ikú Mohbad ó ṣojú àdúrà. Àdúrà dẹ̀ ti dìnnà yẹn pé kò ṣojú pé bọ̀bọ̀ ti bẹ̀yẹ ló pa ọmọ òun ló pa ẹ̀gbọ́n òun. Ṣé wá nǹkan tó ṣe àdúrà ni wípé tó àṣírí bá tú ipò ṣojú àdúrà. Torí tẹ bá rántí kan tí sẹ́yìn sọ ó ní àdúrà ó ní Wùmí àti àdúrà ló wà lókè tí ọmọ yẹn fi dákẹ́. Èmi rí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ìyá Mohbad ni pé báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ó dọmọ méjì sí pé òun máa lose àti pé ìyá Mohbad gan òjòwú ń ṣe sí bàbá Mohbad gan ni ó dẹ̀ ń gba owó ó ń fi Mohbad gba owó lára bàbá ẹ̀. Èmi kàn fi pé nǹkan tá a bá ṣe ni pé ẹ má jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ ká continue máa advocate fún justice ká dẹ̀ máa bí wọ́n pé kí ló dé tó ń ṣe sign application yẹn ká náà take sample wa ká lè ṣe test. Ṣé de rí bàbá Mohbad tó bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe rí ẹni tó bá gbọ́ ẹni tó mú tẹ̀lé kó má lo ẹnìyẹn o mo sọ̀rọ̀ gan kó wá èèyàn bíi méjì míì kó lò wọ́n torí pé ẹni tó wà pẹ̀lú bàbá Mohbad yẹn wọ́n gbàbọ̀dé fún máa yẹn o àánú máa yẹn dẹ̀ ń ṣe mí gan. Ṣé gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ń jáde gbà mí ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa fojú dànù ẹ jẹ́ ká kẹ́ máa fi ṣàdúrà fún bàbá Mohbad nínú títí dé DNA test yẹn náà. Ìbádẹ́ advice bàbá Mohbad kó bá máa ṣe kó lọ embassy international embassy méjì láti fi ṣe DNA test yẹn kó dẹ̀ mi sọ pé wọ́n gbé sample yẹn kó wọ́n gbé lọ lójú wọn báyìí tó yẹ pé wọn ò ní rẹ́ni tó máa bribe bá ṣe lè jẹ́ gẹ̀ẹ́tì ẹnìyẹn o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dẹ̀ máa fàdúrà àwọn bàbá Mohbad lọ́wọ́ torí ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ara ni káyé má kó sí lọ́wọ́ kó má jẹ́ pé ẹni tó trust ló máa gbàbọ̀dé fún pé kó wá jẹ nǹkan tí ò jẹ́ kó jẹ. Bó ṣe ń jẹ bó ṣe ń mu Ọlọ́run la máa fi gbàdúrà fún. Mohbad ò ní padà lẹ́yìn bàbá ẹ̀ torí bàbá Mohbad ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí Ọlọ́run kó bá wa ṣọ́ gbogbo àwọn abiyamọ ayé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàdúrà fún kó má sọ dẹni yẹ̀yẹ́ kó dẹ̀ má ṣèkà fún kó dẹ̀ má jẹ́ pé ẹni tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ló máa fi gbàbọ̀dé fún torí tí wọ́n bá ń bá ọ̀tá èèyàn ṣe ó lágbára òṣìṣẹ́ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo wà lóyà sí ẹ mo tẹ̀ ń bọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ ṣe ó lágbára o tí mo rí pé ẹni tó fẹ́ pa mí rè ó dẹ̀ ń bá wọn ṣe ó lágbára o àdúrà ṣáàlì mi ṣe fún bàbá mi Ọlọ́run akọmọ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ kí n dákẹ́.
Àmín. Ẹ ṣé, thank you so much for that wonderful submission. Like I've said, we move so one love. Before I go to Queen, let me go to Mommy Ace Flakes. Unmute your mic, ma'am. See Flakes.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good evening, Mama. Show.
Yes, ma.
I saw you earlier on this Nigeria's platform when you were speaking. And a few of us were there.
Yes, ma. I cited you now. Ẹgbẹ́ mi yí sí máìkì dáadáa.
Okay, gbọ́ mi dáadáa.
Okay,
Okay, ṣe ti gbọ́.
ẹyọ yẹn okay ṣe ń drive ni.
No, me drive o.
Okay, ó wà audible sí, ó ti wà audible.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, good evening everyone. Yoba, Dr. Esther, Queen, one woman mopo.
One woman mopo. Very loyal.
I buy a tremble. Well done. Because you don't agree for anybody.
Tí mo lọ sórí
You don't agree for anybody.
They all kept quiet. Mo ti ń retí ẹni tó máa wá tó máa mo lọ lọ yọ yín.
Tó bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ó dákẹ́ straight.
Lè gẹ́gẹ́ sí. Mama, God love. Appreciate. Thank you so much for your wonderful submission all the time. CD Kenny, and Princess MJ, and everyone on the comment section. And of course, those who are hanging on the windows, I hope you don't drop off. So that you can hear, and everybody else that is listening from anywhere. Well, on the very dark man, you see, a lot of people did not know about the very dark man before this case. And for me, the very dark man is somebody that has always been involved in bringing out the ills of the society, especially with all those people that used to sell bleaching creams and everything that was detrimental to the health of people. And now your Thomas, she shared without approvals, the necessary approvals, the NAFDAC approvals, and so on. You always used to go after them because in actual fact, they were destroying Nigeria. Now, this case came up and everyone jumped in. And you see, when the story started to come out, initially, it didn't even talk about any DNA. It was talking majorly about those 3 boys in the car that were saying that one of them was shouting, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead. He kept saying, where are these 3 boys? What happened to them? Why is nobody talking about these 3 boys? And then the next thing was that people came out with this GoFundMe. It was actually one guy they called Sam Clef that came out with Tonto Dike and Yabojo. And they were really, promoting this. Oh, we need to raise money for his family. He has a very young widow and he has a baby. A lot of people did not even know that the boy was married because it was never publicized. Not to talk of having a child. But they brought it out and they started raising money for it. Yabo said, my foundation is going to write letter to the CP, Lagos State. She jumped in with her, her foundation or whoever. And lawyers, everybody was writing. And there were a lot of activities. And of course, they followed that up with a lot of videos of the bullying. Oh, Naira Marley look at me. Oh, if anything should happen to me, Naira Marley, Amalia Records. Oh, Sam Larry did this. I heard about Sam Larry for the first time because of Mohbad. I never heard of anybody called Sam Larry all my life. So everything came up. And then one day, a very dark man came up and said, come to think of it, nobody is talking about what if that child they are all contributing money for when that money reaches like 60-something million. Now, what if that child does not belong to nobody? Has anybody checked what's the DNA of that child? And the whole story changed. I think it was actually a script that was used to divert attention from the real issues. But then, at that time, I didn't think the DNA was a big deal because when the guy came up with it, it was a case of, she DNA. And once she does the DNA, we'll continue the raising money for the baby while they're looking for the killer if he was actually killed. Because, a lot of stories that come out. Show the infection. Oh, no, it was his friend that hit him with the poisonous ring. Oh, no, it's the nurse. The nurse even came in later. She was people to nurse at the outset. Nurse don't believe nurse no labere. That nurse did not feature in any of the early discussions about Oku. It was when it was buried that the father said, that the nurse came. I think it was even from Baba Mohbad I heard for the first time that it was about a nurse injected him and then he reacted and then he died. And everybody was there.
Yes, very correct. Very correct.
Because everybody wants to run, not wants to anything. Correct. found no ear infection. One bully, and all that. That was what was going on. And everybody was cursing Mali and Sam Larry and whoever. So, well, fast forward to where we are now. For our DNA, are very critical. In any homicide case, DNA is something that, DNA, everybody that is found at the crime scene, is not even about any paternity. DNA, they will take the samples from everybody, from Babambe. So it will have been samples of everybody in that house, all 15 of them, the driver that took them to the show, all the people that interacted with it, including the baby. They would have taken all their DNA samples. They would have taken samples from them and conducted DNA because you track all their movements and where they are, wherever they touched or whatever they did. So, but only Nigerian police can explain to us why they decided to handle this case the way they did, because we were really better about it. And that's why they did interrogation instead of investigation. Investigation. As far as I'm concerned, they just seal off the crime scene, did not do any in-depth. They said, one bread, they said, he bled profusely. Then everybody got to the coroner. They said, yes, there was blood, but it wasn't that much. It was just a little blood. I didn't even notice the blood until the next day. It was even the one that showed me. Well, but police did not do their job well. Let's face the fact. They could have done a better job. And maybe they did, but they didn't release the true report to us. But what they reported will flow. Because now Governor will report here again, they will know that definitely they did a shoddy job. Now, there have been insinuations about the baby does not belong to Mohbad. Everybody saw Mohbad no longer. Before you know it, the lawyer came out and said, what is she DNA in Dubai? And that baby belongs to Sam Larry. Then everybody said, okay, they started putting the pictures side by side. And they said, Tony, it looks like maybe that's why Sam Larry was beating Mohbad and everything. So, of course, anything common about his paternity. Then the whole pregnancy story around Baba, Wumi went to meet Baba Lolo prayed. Everything looks scripted. Because if you look at on one day on Paparano's platform, they were even calculating from the time she went to see Baba to the time she had the baby. It's like she had been 2 months pregnant before she even went to meet Baba to say, she was pregnant. So even here gone, maybe that's why some other women came up recently and said, we are 1 year gone herself. She didn't carry the baby. Our continue. She needs to do a maternity DNA, not only paternity, maternity to even determine that the mother is the mother of the baby. I mean, that's because for right family, cannot share the access, all this or more, if she's really sure of herself, bí akọ́ṣà ní gbogbo àti ọkọ̀ bá sọ fún mi sì pé ọmọ mi ó ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọkọ̀ náà ọmọ mi náà sọ fún mi pé ọkọ̀ mi kọ́ lónìí kí n lọ ṣe DNA má lọ ṣe náà tí bá dára mi lójú ọtí bá mọ̀ pé ìrìn ẹsẹ̀ mi gan ò mọ́ I'll be afraid or I'll be reluctant to do it. Then I'll start putting all these roadblocks and bottlenecks. Okay, go and get this, go and get that. And knowing the Nigerian judiciary, okay, even if they grant it tomorrow now, for example, only decide to go appeal. And to appeal, that will be another long story. Then before, so everything will keep dragging. So the whole thing was just so funny. And then putting a team together to come and be fighting anybody that talks about DNA, really striking. Because I said to think that, look, if there's nothing to hide, and they're saying, go and do DNA for your child, and it has not become like a death sentence, then there's more to this DNA that meets the eye. It's not an ordinary go and do DNA for paternity anymore. It's looking like that DNA may lead us to the cause of death, or may lead us to something more, fundamental. So, I mean, that's the real issue. Because, when we start going from platform to platform initially, you see that every time someone raised the issue of DNA, was like, or something. And they'll start cursing the person, cursing their generation, cursing. Nobody was cursing initially. People were just analyzing and everything. And then all of a sudden, it became an issue of, once you ask for DNA, they have stepped on that, then they start cursing you and cursing all your generation and everything. So, I mean, who does that? Who puts a team together to fight people against DNA? Kemo, Jackie were very suspicious. And then, Baba Daddy, it looks like Baba is very sure pé ọmọ yẹn ò kì í ṣe ọmọ Mohbad. Baba ò sọ fún ẹ pé Mohbad sọ fún òun pé ọmọ yẹn ò kì í ṣe tó. But the way tí Baba fi sọ ó ní tí mi ò bá mọ pàtàkì ọmọ mi gan ní dáríjì mi. What does that mean? Baba, I believe that Baba has a lot in his mind or in his belly that he has not brought out. He's just, waiting for
Don't forget, ma. Yeah, Mohbad said that Mohbad wants to do the DNA, but Baba, they told him not to do it to forget about it. So,
Shemo, as a family, one more way there's something about that baby. Town was sure. But to reach Shemo, they will lower baby, than Coco Lemon. What if you poverty and what if you oppress our family today? Decide to believe pé àwọn gan wọn tó ń dá sọ̀rọ̀ wò ní ọmọ ló yẹ kí Wùmí jẹ́ nínú family yẹn kò ń ṣọ̀gá, but they start treating her like a boss. Òkè màmá Mohbad sọ ní pé even gbogbo àwọn under Wùmí náà kó wọn sí, but she was because of all these ó ti mú team kò mú team ló ṣe sọ pé bàbá ló kó àwọn sábẹ́ Wùmí, pé bàbá ló sọ pé kí Wùmí máa jọ̀gá lẹ́wọ̀n ló òkè màmá Mohbad sọ àìsàn wọn dẹ̀ ló fà and Yorùbá ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. If Balowo law me, you understand? Ọmọ tó ṣì jẹ́nu family yẹn náà wá tẹrí ba fágbàlagbà náà. Ó dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ sí gbogbo wọn bí ẹni pé wọn jámọ́ nǹkan kan. It's because they feel pé wọn lẹ́bí wọn lẹ́nibody. Nobody is major in their family. They believe wọn ní connection to my fight. So if the body really does not belong to Mohbad, tó bá fi lè grant DNA yẹn tí ọmọ yẹn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ọmọ Mohbad, case ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Because then they will now start to look at motive in a more in-depth way. What ọmọ yẹn bá jẹ́ ti Mohbad, wọ́n tó ṣì wá ṣe padà lọ sílé yẹn again. All the people that were in that house when Mohbad died, they will have to go and re-investigate them. Sorry, my change. But at least they need to first of all eliminate this DNA issue as a motive, and then the ALOBAs can be sure. Èmi ò believe pé in Nigeria or in Africa, somebody can impose a child into a family tí wọ́n ní kì í ṣọmọ àwọn. Tó bá ní káwọn fẹ́ mọ paternity ọmọ, káwọn lè ṣọ́ọ̀kì ọmọ wọn ni. You have to give them that right because it's their entitlement to know. Àtolórí ẹbí, and luckily for them, customary act ni wọ́n fi marry Wùmí. Wọ́n gbé lọ sí, like my mother would say, kò ń ṣe alárébè. That means pé kò ń ṣe legal English law ló fi marry. So really, there are limits to her rights in that family. Everything still centers around Olórí ẹbí in a customary marriage. So gbogbo èyí tó ń tàn pé ìwọ ló lọ́mọ bàbá ò lè ṣe nǹkan kan and all that. Wọ́n kàn ń tàn ni because wọ́n mọ kí ni rights tó ní. But I'm happy that the last time wọ́n ti already rán létí ní court. Nígbà àwọn ni wọ́n dá sí free o. Tó sẹ́ pé lọ́mọ máa béèrè fún right pé I want to bury my husband. I'm married to him by customary act. Wọ́n ní okay. Is that right? You are married to him by customary. The more reason why you need the approval of your father-in-law to collect that body and bury. So you can't do anything without this man's consent. So that put them in their place. Inyego was a major challenge for them. So you know the way the anti-justice were also celebrating that one kò sí stubborn lára Mohbad. Báwo tó lọ wò kọ́ ẹ̀ ní pé kò sí stubborn. Wọ́n dùn kò sí stubborn. It's like they were holding their breath gbogbo time ó sàbẹ̀ kò sàbẹ̀ yẹn. Because some of them seem to know the truth. But they are hoping that their level of connections will help them to, undermine it. So, nígbà tó ń rí pé nǹkan tá a tò ó jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ o, ṣe mọ̀. So, ó mean pé there's still something hidden. And I believe that even in the end, justice, some of them know the truth, but they're just not. And then so many of them don't know the truth. They are just running with the brief, with the nǹkan tó sọ fún ọ pé kàn ṣe ni wọ́n kàn ṣe. Wọn mọ òótọ́, wọ́n kàn jàjàjà, wọ́n dẹ̀ forí gbé káàkiri everywhere. Who does that kind of dirty job? This is the first time I'm coming in contact with this kind of people. More really, because I'm also new to TikTok. And then only Mohbad fed your Mosinu Lagoon on third mainland. Yes. I've never seen a situation where a man will be so angry with his wife. Or Molo Exactly. So tó máa fẹ́ pa ọmọ ìdúró báyàwó ẹ̀jà. So I mean that also tells you that there's something about that paternity. That means pé ọkùnrin yẹn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ nìkan lè lè pẹ̀ ọkàn dédé kí ọmọ tiẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ tí ò ṣe nǹkan torí ìwà ìyàwó ẹ̀ rántí ẹ̀jà kò dẹ̀ kí ọmọ wọlé ojú ọ̀fẹ́ jù sínú John mainland. Well, that is alleged, but I mean it seems to be coming up strong.
Okay, ẹ bá mi round it up. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ṣì wà bá mi lẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi round it up.
Èmi kàn tiẹ̀ list ẹ̀jọ́ ni gbogbo bá ṣe.
Mo mọ̀ ẹ ṣì máa bọ́ sórí ẹ̀ sí that àwọn
ọkọ̀. Okay, no problem. So let us talk. I still have about 3 or 4.
I know. I trust you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Mommy Princess ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ mà. Princess MU ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ mà.
MJ ni o.
Okay, MJ, yeah.
Yeah, ẹ kalẹ̀ o gbogbo ilé.
Yes,
ọ̀rọ̀
ma'am.
tèmi ò ní pọ̀ púpọ̀ ṣe àwọn pé mi ò mọ ọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀.
Ṣókí ni I understand.
So ibi tí sísá yẹn ti parí ẹ̀ sí lèmi náà máa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ torí kò sí gbogbo nǹkan tí mo lè sọ àti sọ ní orí láì. Èèyàn tó bá pé Mohbad gangan ni mo sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ nípa ọmọ yẹn kó tó di pé wọ́n pa á kò ní fẹ́ ju ọmọ yẹn sínú omi. So definitely ọmọ yẹn ti ní wọ́n ti jọ ń fa ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ tábà dẹ̀ máa wò lọ tábà máa wò bọ̀ ikú ọmọ yẹn náà ẹjọ́ ṣé ń gbọ́ mi clearly.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni mà.
Okay. Ikú ọmọ yẹn torí ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe pa Mohbad. Okay, nǹkan tí mo dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ sọ mo wà ní Nàìjíríà fún bíi ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta gbàṣẹ pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi àwọn fámìlì mi ti máa ti pè wọ́n ní ilé kò sí ni wọ́n ti mọ̀ níjọ́ tí mi ò bá fi ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad parí ọ̀rọ̀ mi àbí mo fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ báyìí á jẹ́ wípé tí n bá sọ ní àárín ẹ̀ á jẹ́ pé mo suppress pé nítorí wọ́n ti ń sọ mí lẹ́nu yín àwọn ará Nàìjà pé wọ́n dẹ̀ tí n bá wá sọ wọ́n máa tún rán mi létí pé ó máa kí ló dé ẹ ò sọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad ni. So anyway long story short ìgbà tí mo délé mo rí pé láàrin àwọn fámìlì mi tàbájọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tí mo ní báwo ni gbogbo ẹ ṣe quiet báyìí kò tiẹ̀ sí anybody tó tiẹ̀ ń ṣe kínní ní ọ̀rẹ́ mi bá máa ní everybody tí wọ́n ti mind business pé oníkálukú ń ṣọ́rẹ́ ẹ̀ ni o nígbà tó ti ń ti gbogbo wọn mọ́lé oníkálukú mind business ló máa ṣe mí ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé torí lady tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yìí kò ń sí lórí TikTok ó ní arífá tó wà níbẹ̀ ṣé wọ́n ti gbà á jáde ó ní irú àwọn ọmọ kò lénìyàn tó bá tì wọ́n mọ́lé báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ gbà wọ́n á rí pé àwọn èèyàn suppress kinní yẹn láti sọ wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ one pẹ̀lẹ́ mi àti àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi àti family mi nínú ilé ẹnìkan sọ fún mi pé Jọkẹ́ torí Ọlọ́run àwọn olówó court àwọn olówó ẹjọ́ o má tó fi wà ní Nàìjíríà yìí ọ̀rá gbé ẹnu ẹ̀ dákẹ́ tó ti yẹ yín wọ́n ní ọ̀rá gbé ẹnu ẹ̀ dákẹ́ tó bá ti padà sí US tí o tún lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní àwọn náà báwọn ṣe wà pé because àwọn ẹlòmíì wọ́n ní ìdówó bí tẹ́ bá ti ń sọ wọn náà ti mọ lára wọn anyway kí n má fa ọ̀rọ̀ gùn ṣá. So ọjọ́ kan ni driver tó máa gbé mi àwa ń lọ nígbà táwa ń sọ mo wá rí pé ó dàbí pé àwọn ẹlòmíì náà ignorant wọ́n tún pọ̀ mo dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ wò náà pé driver mi ó kàwé but kò kàwé náà ṣe ti understand bóyá bí ìwé àbọ̀ so ó wá ń sọ́jọ́ kan ó kàn jump ní bá ṣáṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ rí pé mi àtòun àti dọ́tà mi òun lè sọ̀rọ̀ lájọ wà nù mọ́tò private driver tí wọ́n tàǹtì mí gbà fún mi ló bá máa dáhùn bàbá yẹn bàbá burúkú ni mo ní ẹjọ́ sà ó ní bàbá wo ló máa fẹ́ ṣe kinní mo ní ẹjọ́ sà àti kọjá gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa ṣàlàyé fún pé no ọ̀rọ̀ ò rí báyìí ló ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ ò rí báyìí so mo fẹ́ rà pé ó dàbí pé àwọn míì wọn ò follow case ẹyọ kan tó gbọ́ yẹn náà ni wọ́n kẹ́ etí wọn sí tán dẹ̀ bí.
wọ́n ti fi báàṣì bàbá yẹn ń gbà yẹn.
wọ́n ti fi báàṣì bàbá tán dẹ̀ ń bú bàbá but máa yẹn náà tún wá pé gbólóhùn kan pé tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ arákùnrin yẹn ni ọmọ yẹn lóòótọ́ a ti ṣe DNA tipẹ́ mo ní now you are talking
mo ní ṣe ti rí sí ṣé ẹ ṣì ń pa sọ pé bàbá ló pa ọmọ ẹ̀ mo láti gbé báwo ni bàbá ṣe fẹ́ pa ọmọ tó bí tó tọ́ láti kékeré mo nígbà tẹ́ni àti yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ sọ fún mi wípé ìyá àwọn ọmọ yín ti kú nígbà tá àwọn ọmọ yẹn wà kékeré pẹ́yìn lẹ̀ dá tọ́ wọn ẹ̀ dẹ̀ fẹ́yàwó mi ju pé kàn ní àwọn girlfriends lọ mo ní ṣé ọmọ yìí inú gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀ bí ọmọ yìí kan tẹ́ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ pé ńṣe òun náà dúró òun ló ń tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ yẹn tó ẹ bá ti lọ fàṣẹ mo ní ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ ẹ̀ ní fojú sunkún ọmọ o kí ọmọ yẹn dẹ̀ dédé kó kàn kọ́ ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ àárí kí nǹkan kan kàn ṣe kó kọ́ kí ọlọ́jọ́ dé ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kóun rí rẹ̀ mo ní yes mo lè sọ bí ọkùnrin nìyí mo ní ṣé ẹ wá lè pa ọmọ yẹn báyẹn wá dákẹ́ wọ́n á ṣàlàyé níbi kóló níbi àpótí níbi pé bàbá yẹn ló ń kọrin ọmọdé yìí náà ó join bàbá yẹn láti máa kọrin ọmọdé yìí gbà mí tí bàbá yẹn bá ní kò sí owó ọmọ yẹn máa ní bàbá mi ẹ̀kan àpótí ó máa lọ tà wá mo ní sọ ṣẹ́rù bàbá yẹn gbà tọmọ yẹn dàgbà tó ti wá di ọmọ tó lókìkí tó lórúkọ ṣégbà yẹn ló máa pa mo ní ẹjọ́ sà tán bá ti ń sọ kẹ máa bá mi sọ fún wọn nǹkan tí mò ń ṣàlàyé fún yìí kẹ máa ṣàlàyé tẹ bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ fẹ́ sọ káàkiri pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe kinní ẹ bá máa bá wọn sọ pé bàbá yẹn ló pa ọmọ ẹ̀ mo nítorí ẹ̀yin ò lè pa ọmọ yín àbí ó lọ́lọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kóun rí òun náà wá tún sọ ó ní ṣé ó DNA ṣe wá dogun ṣe wá dọ̀ràn mo dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ sọ lé nǹkan tí torí nǹkan tí woman kan sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé nítòótọ́ mo ń sọ mo dárúkọ ẹni orúkọ èèyàn kan náà tó jẹ́ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ dárúkọ tẹ́ni ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé territory ẹni ẹni mo ti ń lọ ń ṣe kan náà ọlọ́run ló ní pé kí n má dárúkọ kí n má bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tún máa rán máa tù mí bẹ̀ ìgbà tí máa bọ́ta báyìí ni mo rí palace of lágbájá ṣọ́rọ̀ mi ti yé yín ó dàpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ò gbọ́ mi mọ́ òye.
à ń gbọ́ yín ká ẹgbẹ́ mi bí tẹ sọ́dé náà.
ó ti yé mi mo ṣáàrí ṣá mo wá sọ fún mo wá ṣe yẹn mo ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní kí n má pa mo níwọ̀n bá ti mú mi ilẹ̀ pé tó wá pé mo lọ inú ibẹ̀ yẹn so anyway mo gbé mi mo wá sọ pé àmọ́ bóyá tòótọ́ ni bóyá àwọn náà ń donate pé but arábìnrin yẹn àwọn tó ń sùn lé pọ̀ so kò mẹ́ni tó ní gangan torí tó bá yẹ pé mẹ́ni tó ní ni mo ti gbọ́ kan rí mi ìfẹ́ ó láwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ta tún lè sọ lórí platform ṣó ti yé yín ọmọ arábìnrin yẹn ló fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ wípé eléyìí has to do with ẹmọ mi ò lè ṣe nǹkan kan tó máa pè mí pé wọ́n ní ìdí onítọ̀hún yẹn investigation but nǹkan tó máa túbẹ̀ sí ayé ẹni yẹn ṣe ni nílé ayé nǹkan tó ṣe nìyẹn bọ̀ǹgbà tó máa ṣe kinní yẹn ẹni yẹn ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́ tó mú wọlé bàbá gba wọlé kinní gbàtà jáde ṣó ti yé yín bọ̀ kò ṣe fún nǹkan tí ò dá nǹkan tó dání tó bẹ́tà láìfù gbogbo fámìlì ẹ̀ ni ṣó ti yé yín ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́ni tó gba àwọn tó bá wà ń bí báyìí wọ́n ti understand nǹkan tí mò ń sọ bàbá ẹni tó ní ọmọ gangan òun ló gbẹ̀ǹkùlé wọlé èyí tó gbé sórí kinní gbàtà jáde so ó ti yé anybody tó bá máa yé so wọ́n ṣe ní nàìjíríà ló ti ṣe kò ṣe amẹ́ríkà o so kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ DNA tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn wọ́n mọ bó ṣe ń ṣe ní nàìjíríà tó máa gbé láwùrú ju tó bá jẹ́ pé lady yẹn mọ̀ pé yes lẹ́yìn Mohbad lágbájá ìtún bá mi sùn a lọ gbé ẹni yẹn wá rọ pé ti Mohbad ni so nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ máa round ọ̀rọ̀ mi up arábìnrin yẹn kó lọ ṣe DNA àti wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti pẹ́ àìmọye ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n ti fire di ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad yìí bàbá ò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbéwèé kankan wá kí bàbá lọ sign ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kí bàbá sọ pé kán ní pé kán máa sọ afẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tó fẹ́ tó jẹ́ afẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tí DNA yẹn jẹ́ àfẹ́ kán sọ pé wọn ò ní pé bàbá ò ní sọ síta àti pàápàá ìjọ iwájú nǹkan tó bá bò mọ́lẹ̀ public sì máa bú ọmọdé yẹn tí bàbá tó bá sọ fún bàbá tí bàbá bá gbé mi tó gbé mi kó tó bá dijọ́ iwájú kò tí ẹ ṣe pé jọ́ iwájú kan right away báyìí ṣọ́ọ̀mù ò ní lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀mù skul lọ́ máa ṣe fọ́mọ títí ráyéráyé ni àwọn èèyàn sì máa béèrè ta ni bàbá bébì ó ti yé yín justice for Mohbad.
Ẹ ṣé gan.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run, àrí justice yẹn.
Ẹ ṣé, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Queen, unmute your mic. Queen, are you there, Queen? Okay. Before I go to Mommy Dia.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Matt.
Yes.
I will start with saying that the court gave a ruling that the legal team of Baba Mohbad can go ahead and do their own private toxicology, and that is an order. I remember way back in Nigeria, the one I used to practice, we always have this problem of when a judge issues, when a judge gives an order or a ruling, before you get it, before you can get it, because the judge will read out the ruling in the court, then the registrar will type it. After typing, then the judge will sign. So sometimes before they can get that judge to sign, oh my God. So I know what is going on. I don't know how many years I've left Nigeria and the judiciary have not dealt with this aspect of the litigant will have an order from court, and you want to make use of that order. The clerk, they will hasten the order, they call it rolling out of order, to roll out the order and let the judge sign. Because if the judge don't sign, it's not going to take any effect. It's not going to have any effect. You can't use it. So I remember those days, sometimes when they give us something, you can be there for 3 weeks. So I know what's going on there. That is the order of the day in the judiciary. And it's just unfortunate. So they should know that this case have a matter of urgency. They shouldn't treat it like just a normal case that was filed in court. This has an ultimatum date. And they should quickly do something about it. Most of the time, it's always like they can't get the judge to sign. She's busy with court schedule, and so that's what goes on most times. So that's why that calls for reason why the order has not been rolled out. But like I said, it's not an excuse. This matter is a matter of urgency, and it deserves a prompt attention. That's what goes on. But before that fight, you will get court ruling, court order. Before you get it, 3 weeks, so that's how it has been. And like I told Mommy Jokem, if the day they issue the order, the signed the order, right, and the over, that is the day your 1 month start counting, not the court it's given. That is the good thing about it. Then for Very Dark Man, I didn't know him before. It was this case that made me know him, and I always like people that stand for the truth no matter what. I started following him when this case started, and I know he knew there were some those people in the house, especially WUMMI, was trying to perverse justice. They don't want them to. They didn't want this case to see the light of the day. He has already said in one time that Mohbad cannot get you, right, and he hands off. But thank God himself and Iyabo Ojo got into a rancor, and both of them are putting fire on each other's yash. So it's who is who, So it's not like he's putting fire on Iyabo that she knows something. And I can remember that somebody told me then that when they were in detention, Namari told them that he has something he can use to nail me, that this case is finished and everything, but when the time comes, he will do it. Who is that? Mommy and for please help us mute.
Okay, let me mute.
Yeah. Mommy and for I don't know. So it's like I'm using my line of thought. So
okay.
Now Naira Marley has now approached VDM, told him some things that we heard from that recording, that he doesn't want that, I presume that evidence he has, he doesn't want it to get into wrong hands so that they won't knock it out. I would have advised that let him take it to the legal team of Mohbad. Right? It's a useful tool in prosecuting this case of homicide. So I don't even think it's right for him to tell what's the name of this guy? Very dark man to come and say it out, because a lot of people will not believe him, because of what has been happening in these past few weeks about what happened. I know what's going on social media with him and
Queen, not that he just got the information, no. Not that he just got the information. Do you know the particular time when he came to Lagos? When we were in very dark man went to Lagos from Abuja. That was when he did his own investigations.
I'm not even talking of his own. I'm talking of Naira. He said Naira Marley approached him.
Yeah, he said that he has advised him to go and say it, and that it's less for him.
I know, even him too, if he doesn't want to say it, because I know some people may not even believe him, because that aspect of him bullying, because I'm Larry, all these things, blah, 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 around.
Yes.
Yeah, so he may not even be, Naira Marley himself may not be the right person to state this. Remember what happened when he went to meet Naira Omokri? I've forgotten his first name. People didn't believe him.
Omokri.
People didn't believe him with that interview he had when he was in the UK, when he was in exile, running for his life. A lot of people didn't believe him, because all of us were deceived by the post put out.
The false narrative they push out.
I advise that let him take it over to the legal team, right? He should not even venture to announce it by himself. That's what I feel is the right way to go. So instead of looking for VDM to help him disclose it.
But people will believe him now. People will whatever he says now, people will believe him. Take it or leave it.
Anyhow, but the thing is that even if...
But he's trying to let it get to the appropriate quota. Yes. Appropriate quota, so that it will not get into the wrong hands.
That's what I'm saying. The appropriate quota now is...
he knows how to work out in this country. So
yeah, the appropriate quotas for him to deliver.
He's joking.
Please mute your mic. You will talk now. Don't worry. You have your own time. Just hold on.
It's the legal thing. That's what I feel. It's the legal thing that can, put this thing out or use it when the time, when they get to the real court. Then for the DNA, somebody asked us, why is Tolani or Daft, why is she she mustn't do that DNA? Why is she instigating WUMMI, encouraging her that she shouldn't do the DNA? She's doing that because if they hear what she said, Tolani or Daft, she's saying that nobody has a right to ask a mother a DNA of her children except the biological father. Are you getting that? Her bone of contention that Papa Mohbad doesn't have the right to ask to me, and she's not going to do it. It's only Mohbad that can ask. Then she said in another form again that even if Papa Mohbad wants to ask, why didn't he call WUMMI in closed doors and ask her rather than coming to the public and ask? So that is why Tolani Edas is saying WUMMI must not do it. That is an insult on our part. So that is it. So for the DNA, they are going for, I think, a round table. It's not really a court like that. It's like going to be a sitting,
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's going to be a seat. It's not going to be a court because it's a family thing, and there's an underage involved, so they will not really air it like, you know what I mean, like court. So Baba Mohbad should not sign any non-disclosure, non-confidential agreement with anybody. Because why? You know, Baba Mohbad had already taken to his face. Not for long. You know, when the thing happened, it was really public that we said, you know what?
Going, can I just ask one thing about what you are talking about? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the lawyer not going to be in that roundtable talk?
The lawyers and the judge and the lawyers and the magistrates are going to be there. And
okay, thank you. That's just what I wanted.
It's not going to be an open court.
All right.
You know what I mean? There will be no litigants.
It's like an indoor sitting.
Yeah, because an underage is involved, so they need to protect the right, you know, so that's how they do it. So they just like going to be a meeting in the magistrate called chambers. That's how they do it. So if Baba Mohbad should not accept non-disclosure, no, it's too late. Why am I saying this? Baba Mohbad has taken to his face that Mohbad died. You know, he didn't have what it takes to, you know, to fight, to seek for justice. It was with the public that made him aware that there's hanky-panky in this case and he needs to pursue this case. And we went on, and we are here where we are today, and we are not backing down. So, if WUMMI doesn't have a skeleton
please,
in
power
a
tap, like the video, please.
If it's true, I don't know if it's true, all of I heard it, but I don't know if it's true.
Like the video,
if at all it's true,
thank you.
Why would she be asking for a condition, on one condition before she does the DNA? That shows that, because according to what I heard, either positive or negative, it must not be spilled out. No? We are the ones standing behind Baba Mohbad, giving him the strength he needs, lending our voice. And he also, Baba Mohbad always expresses his gratitude towards us anytime he comes on his Sunday chat once in a while on his TikTok. So we are his family. So how can Baba Mohbad now go and sign a law confidential? And everybody wants a closure into this case. Everybody wants to go back home and rest and sleep and move on with their own lives. Exactly. So if Baba Mohbad here sign a non-disclosure, all of us will still be in the limbo. Everybody that, you know what I mean? What is going on? There's no closure. We are not out to embarrass WUMMI. No, you know what I mean? If Baba is not out to embarrass her. No. She brought this case to the public by posting those manipulative, deceptive 8 posts on Instagram, which captured everybody's attention until we smart people here on this platform knew something was going on. She lied. She saw her gullible supporters that still believe in her. And another thing, Baba Mohbad must not accept, because you know what? WUMMI has done so much damage to that family. He has brought Baba Mohbad. He has allowed more than 9 months bashing on one man. From all those, can they talk like that to $10? Can they take that to the so what if Baboni won now you want your woman, you want your secret to be what? To be covered. It's not possible. Those your gullible supporters, we're going to prove to them that when we were telling them that you know a lot, that child is not for Mohbad, they were there opening their mouth, running their mouth, insulting Baba Mohbad and insulting all of us too. I know several times we've encountered on Paparo's platform, on the music platform, you know, here and there. No. You want to have a last laugh. We want to have the last laugh in this. We deserve it because we've lent our voice to Baba Mohbad, and we deserve to say yes. As seen Baba Idibiti and Bang. That is important. Then secondly, I'm sorry if I'm going to offend anybody here by what I'm going to say, but it's just my opinion. I pray God, 99.9%, Mohbad is not Liam's father. Why did I say this? WUMMI, ill-treated, maltreated, never loved Mohbad during his lifetime. She was
Let me
all
clap
for
for
the
you.
money.
Let me clap
All
for
for the
you.
money. So why Mohbad was alive? Because sometimes when I see Mohbad, I look at Mohbad's pictures. I say, Ara Mohbad don't done now. Could have been to Jemugidi. I don't know what I'm saying. Ari o jolo, Ari o glow. Ofi agenda. She been spending on you and no. So she never cared. She was never a dutiful wife to Mohbad. She never loved him. She never cared for him. I remember I don't want to mention, this person told me that thing happened. She ignored him in the house. That's why she carried to spend it. Spend WUMMI. What are you talking about? She doesn't deserve it. That's for when Mohbad was alive. Then let's talk about this time Mohbad died. For God's sake, Mohbad died. You were there with him. You let them lay him under what? The staircase. I'm sorry to say, can you lay Liam under the staircase, if I may ask you? Because I'm going to be brutal with you. Can you lay Liam under the staircase? A living Liam. Can you lay your son there? Never. Because you have no respect for the dead, for the corpse of Mohbad. You let them put him under the staircase. You have a bedroom, you have couch that can be laid there. And you made sure.
Very big bedroom indeed.
You did that on purpose because evidence is up there. The blood soaked blanket about Mohbad. So you were hiding it. That's why you quickly brought Mohbad downstairs. So what am I talking about? You made sure that Mohbad father does not get a police report. So that Mohbad will be buried because you want to bury the evidence. And when you even bury the evidence again, this is ninth. Then when everybody was saying Baba Mohbad buried, Mohbad hurriedly, you couldn't come out to the defense of this man to say, no, we spent 3 hours in the police station, they did not give us, we tried the mortuary, they did not give us, you know what I mean? Explain, but you let them bash this man, and that is where the hatredness for this man started, aside from the one your sister did to this man, saying that I called him. So I'm just trying to highlight the damages this lady has done to the ALOBA's family. I'm talking about ALOBA, Mr. ALOBA himself and Mohbad himself. You let them bash them. Until today, there are still some people who don't know. Like what Princess MJ said now, people still believe that Mohbad father buried horribly. They didn't know if he had come at that time to put defense up for Baba Mohbad. That no, they didn't give us, so we have to bury. You kept quiet. When you wanted to tell, you lied again that you didn't know your Mohbad was going to be buried. You heard on the internet. God will punish you. I'm sorry to use this word. You lied, you manipulated, you deceived. And yet, you said you didn't know they want to bury your husband. Baba Mohbad wants to bury your Mohbad. You heard about it on the internet, isn't it? But yet, when at Mohbad's burial site, you took a white cloth to throw into his grave. What does that mean? There was a Ikokodudu there too. What are you talking about? I saw you. You were making eye contact. You were making eye contact with one other guy there. So what are you saying? Your face was devoid of emotion. You did not shed a single tear. Then coupled with that again, I will now go to Mama Mohbad. Then you now corner Mama Mohbad, right? Upon all the money Mohbad is making, is Mama Mohbad deserve to wait. Does Mama Mohbad deserve to live in Beribe near some water? No? Why can't you give just even a keja right there? You're so mean to this family. So that's my conclusion, that I pray 99.9%. And your gullible supporters, that anywhere I see them insulting Baba Mohbad, I face them and I challenge them. Because when I was on Mr. Eri's platform to talk to her, I saw I said, hey, why do you always shout and curse? I said, you know what? I will not allow anybody assault my father. And I have taken Baba Mohbad as my father. If you insult him, I will come for you. Do you see me fighting anybody? No. So that is why I have this notion that as long as Wunmi is the justice you are looking for. Justice is in the hands of Wunmi. It's in her hands. She manipulated, she lied, every other thing with her secretary's godmother. You know everything. We are smart. So at this juncture, finally, I don't want Mohbad to be Liam's father. Why? Because I've highlighted all these points. What this girl has meted out to the family, starting from Mohbad's father, Mohbad himself, and Mohbad's mother. Look how that woman is looking like Omo Loka. How much is it going to take you to take care of her? And she's dancing to your tune, helping you to deceive and manipulate the whole world. You cannot take care of her. Look how she's looking. Look how she's looking. You're supposed to rent her a posh apartment in the Ikeja, for God's sake. See where you want to go and put her. If it's a quick no, or little generator, you are a wicked soul, Wunmi. You are wicked. And also, and the Bible says, suffice not a witch to live, stone them to death. And I'm saying, I pray and I hope, not even hope, I pray and I stand on the word of God that Liam will not be Mohbad's child. You know what that means? Neither you nor Liam will be entitled to 1 cent of Mohbad's inheritance, of Mohbad's legacy. I'm talking about royalties. That's what you deserve, so that you leave Baba Mohbad in peace. You've caused so much pain to that man, and that man deserves to breathe a fresh air of peace. And I know once Liam is determined not to be Mohbad's father, Mohbad's son, that severes it all. And Baba Mohbad is free from your claws and free forever. So that is my own. I pray, because at that talk show, except Baba Mohbad pities you and say, okay, at least you stayed with Mohbad for some years, whatever. You know what I mean? Let me give you some. That is what, because Baba Mohbad took care of Mohbad all by himself. I know what it is to take care of a child all alone. And you are even when Mohbad was alive, you never allowed Mohbad to take care of his father. Look at the way he was looking when Mohbad died. They went to look at his house. Look at his house. Look how he's looking. Is that your father? Yes, your own mother. He's traveling to America. Your own family enjoying. You're using Yatule's account to collect Mohbad's money. Wunmi, you did his family dirty. According to America, you did them dirty. And that is why, of all I've highlighted, everybody should be able to reason with me why I said, I pray Liam is not Mohbad. Liam is not Mohbad's son. By that doing, that customary mind that you say you have, that one is telling you that you have right to Mohbad's court, and the court has said, that marriage is ceased. That is it. That's it. That's all. And Baba Mohbad will breathe the air of peace. Sorry, Babo Kijogomwe. Olden days, Cheki Baba one penury. Keep let Mohbad have billions. Keep Baba one penury. Says who? Those are olden days, archaic rules, archaic norms. Who says who? That man deserves for the rest of the rest of Baba Mohbad's life, he deserves to live it in peace. Because this 9 months, you've cost him nothing more than pain, turmoil of 9 years to that man. Because that man has no peace for 1 day from Berekete.
Honestly, you are making sense.
From Berekete. This man is on Berekete. How many days? You know what I mean? But the man is in Lagos. You are wicked, Wunmi, and I pray and I hope I will start praying over you. And I already know, because they call something in law, they call it inference. I can infer, they call it reps ipsa locutus. I can infer from the surrounding circumstances by your actions, Wunmi, because I remember the day you came out Because, you know, you can't come out to grant any interview because you know what? If you grant any interview, you're going to expose yourself. The few times you've come out, you've exposed yourself. And one of them, remember, when they said somebody caused your son, I think Pablo caused your son to buy raise the first alarm. Remember what happened? Hey, I'm talking. Remember that first alarm Otumba raised? You came out. Mogbonya for 10 months. Mogbonya for 10 months. That calculated. Hey, baby girl. 10 months. Liam in April. You're not supposed to birth Liam in April. You're supposed to birth him in June. So you know what I'm saying? That is my inference. I'm drawing inference. Now. That's why I can draw inference. Even if you don't want to do that DNA, there are inferences I can infer from it. Then your father-in-law told you that if you don't do DNA, Mohbad will not be buried. And you are here and you refuse to do that DNA, and you're hearing that Mohbad is decaying. Mohbad is decaying. Did you hear that? Mohbad is decaying. What are you supposed to do as a loving wife? You will run and go and do a DNA so that Baba Mohbad can bury him. But what did you do? No, you refuse to do it because you care less what happens to Mohbad's corpse. So if Mohbad was Liam's father, you will not watch him decay. They say they can't even virtually identify him anymore. You will not let them do autopsy toxicology that they had to knife him, that they had to lacerate him to bring in some tissues. You won't do that to him, Wunmi. You won't do that to him. If he was the father of your child, come here, let me carry you. So, you know what I mean? I could go on and on. I want to give another person a chance to talk. So I can infer from your conduct that Liam, even Mohbad is not the father of your Liam.
Please, you mute your mic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's a wonderful submission, Queen. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dr. Dia, please unmute your mic.
That needs to be added. Queen, she did. That's a wonderful submission, and like every other person here, thank you very much again, Sister Jokem, and I greet everyone on the panel and everyone at the comment section. Thank you so much. I do not even know what else to add after that brilliant submission, and that's exactly my state of mind regarding this whole situation, this justice for Mohbad. She expressed it all. First of all, I just want to thank God for the release of the nun. Thank God for that. I give glory to God that the boy came out and he came out whole. We did not hear any evil occurrence regarding him. He's able to go back to his family. I pray that I refer to will come home soonest in the name of Jesus. First of all, I want to say this. Mohbad, even though he had family members around him, but he didn't really have people. He didn't have someone. He was alone. He was in the midst of families, but at the same time, he was in the midst of haters. In the midst of people that give no hoots about him, have no regard for him. They don't love him, and they were just using him. He was in the midst of users. He thought he was in the midst of families. He even had their names of all parents and everybody tattooed on his body to show how much love, how big his heart is to accommodate a lot of love for his family, even outsiders and the entire world. And we can see that he's a great man because his demise multiplied every people that ventured into his case.
it kind of elevated their status. Look at Very Dark Man. I've been following Very Dark Man for a while because I like someone that is very strong, very bold, at the same time have a huge regard for his mother. The day I heard him speak years back, I'm talking about some 2, 3, in fact, about 3, 4 years ago. I've been following him. I like the way he talks about his mom. He has a very soft spot for his mom. But he came, boom, into limelight the minute he put his mouth on Mohbad's matter. That's to show you that that's not just an ordinary boy. Or should I say, he's not an ordinary man. And I know that his spirit is not sleeping. He's the one fighting this battle. This unrest that we see going on, everybody not tired. If there are so many situations that could have made us all give up and say, you know what, I throw in the towel. I think, God, let's just leave it to God. But we're still out there. You are here, Sister Joke. You open your platform. People are up opening their platforms. We're still talking about it. That means he's not sleeping. And that means also that as we continue to voice out, well, there's a proverb that says, the word
like this video
of the masses is the word of God.
When
the masses are clamoring for something, know that that is what God is clamoring for. We are clamoring, we will not keep quiet when we get this justice. So, it's the Lord. It wasn't among loved ones. WUMMI knows definitely who killed Mohbad. I'm not going to outrightly say, I won't say outrightly say that she killed Mohbad, but I'm going to say that she does know who killed Mohbad. Yes, if she's not the one, then she knows who. You see, they brought themselves together, they connived, and they concealed information. It wasn't that what they did was a brilliant thing. It's so obvious, so conspicuous. Any layman, any retarded person can see very clearly that this is the conspiracy. This boy was killed. It's so glaring. Yes, it's so glaring. Is it by the way that he came home and WUMMI will say one thing today, she'll say another thing tomorrow. So today it is Prime Boys that is the suspect. Tomorrow it is Mohbad's father. The next tomorrow you are in the home with your husband and you cannot say this is how he died. Oh, he held his hand to his tummy, he had a terrible stomach upset, he started throwing up, and then he fell and he died. You didn't say that. Oh, he somersaulted from the stairways and boom, he came down and fell down, he died. No, you didn't say that. Oh, somebody came in and I had an argument with him. You didn't say that. You are not saying anything specific about who killed Mohbad. That is a very glaring that you are concealing something. It's so glaring. Somebody suddenly pop up at the station, say, I saw him, I took a picture with him. You see, they thought that narrative was going to buy, that the masses will buy that narrative. So they brought that out to siphon, to divert our attention. And so, oh, okay, they really took him to the hospital. Oh, okay. Oh, he died off. They did what they did their best. But no, the truth kept coming out. Till today, we don't know who said that, who came out with that voice note. But somebody did. Why was it necessary for that voice note to come out? That means they are concealing something. So it's so glaring that this boy was killed. But the only problem is they are not talking. They just decided to keep a sealed lips. That's just the only thing. But that we don't know that this boy was killed. No, we know. It's so clear. And we will get justice by the name of God. WUMMI is not a wife. She's a knife. And it's all explained by the prior speakers here. They explained exactly who she is. I don't even need to add any more. Sister Queen said it all. She's a knife. That's not a wife. And thank God that the marriage she had was a customary marriage. She does not have a legal standing as a wife to claim anything. I am so glad about that. And I hope that the Lord takes his course and really, really let Baba, take the legal reins of what belonged to his son. We will get there. I know Mohbad is not sleeping. So, regarding Very Dark Man, he made some expositions recently. I've not been following him recently. I've been so busy. But I heard the sense of things that you played it just now. And for me, Very Dark Man will not be opportune to come to court. Because of the scenario is not there and anything. But if this Naira Marley that told him whatever he's saying, when he's there, Naira Marley has an opportunity to say what he knows. And when I say what he knows, it does not necessarily mean that it's at the...
It should be at the next inquest.
Yes, hopefully, prayerfully. I hope so. I pray so. I'm looking forward to that. It should be there. That is an opportunity for him to say what he knows. You see, he's a witness. I won't say a witness, but he's a what do they call them by law? Somebody that knows something about what's going on in that house.
Just like what he said, what he said during an interview with Renope, that if they are ready to cooperate, that he's ready to come and help the police to do the investigation.
Yeah.
That they are not focusing, that we are not focusing on where we should focus on.
Wow. Anyway, now our attentions are drawn. We are alert. We are seeing what we need to see. We know that we are fighting against a very formidable force, which is the government. I'm not going to mention names, we all know. But you see, again, I say that the voice of the masses, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Justice will be done. Justice will prevail. The toxicology will be done. The autopsy will be done. We are digging. We are not relenting. We are still digging for the truth.
Sorry, ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to cut you. What do you think is in this for the government? Why are they trying to subvert justice like this? Because what is the need for them? Why would they do it? Why should they do it?
Yes.
Somebody's child's DNA. What is their business with it?
Because the death of Mohbad,
a homicide case, they owe every Nigerian.
You said it all. Just like I said, every speaker said everything. I'm just capping or saying one or two things. You said no, because they are concealing. They want to conceal the truth. The truth is staring at us in the face. It's just that nobody is opening their mouth to confess. But we know that they did it.
That's the issue. So
they're
what
not just confessing. That's just what is holding up, stalling this justice for Mohbad. They are not confessing, but we know that it was done. Something was done. You see, now look at the tape that came out now that said that this Sami Larry said all stations settled. Once he busy.
No case.
No case. Well, thank you.
All stations settled. No case.
Did you think that was just an ordinary statement? That statement is connected to the death of Mohbad. Now, when we come to DNA, this DNA is a necessity. Like Queen and the other speaker said, it's a necessity. Why is it a necessity? Because this DNA, fine, we know that ordinarily DNA will just tell the father of a child, fine. But in this particular case, this DNA might just lead us and connect us to the killer. But when I say to the killer, the first point of contact that this DNA will go to hit, I hope, or I'm thinking in my head, will be that Sam Larry. If he's not the one, he's working for who did it. I'm not going to say more than that. So, because for Sam Larry to be saying that all stations settled, what he missing, why? Why that statement? Why? Till today, he has not come out in an interview or in any broadcast anywhere to explain the reason for that utterance. All stations settled. Why? The DNA might just be the key that will lead us, connect us to that person, to that.
And his name was not mentioned at the inquest. His name was clearly avoided.
Please, whoever
by the wife.
It was a yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was it. She
even when these people
never for once mentioned
the Malian boss.
Yes. She intentionally, that was her intent. It was intentional that she did not mention his name. It wasn't that she forgot or it's not even, no,
she's protecting him.
She's protecting him. Why? You see? So all this,
sorry to come in now, Dr. Esther. You see, maybe when you're through, I'm going to narrate some mystery why those names are not being listed.
Okay, so let me just conclude here. Like I said, everybody has said most of it. So hopefully, all these dots will connect, and we're connecting it soon. We're getting there. The more they think they're setting it up and it's all over, boom. But Barbie make sure something else comes up, and boom, everybody's on the alert again. We're running. We will get justice. Iya Mohbad on her own case. I just pray that God forgives her soul. I've never seen. I do know that we do have some. You see, I know that we have mothers, and we just have baby mamas. Baby mamas give birth to a child, but there's no connection. It's a mental state. It's a mental sickness. That is why you see a prostitute will give birth to a child and you go and dump the child in a garbage. It's not a normal person. It's a mental sickness. So somebody doesn't have to be a prostitute to behave like that. You might see some women, they just don't care. Regular women that you talk to, you work with in the office, you see the way they treat their children and you marvel. You say, wow, is this the mother of the child? So for her to behave like that, it's either she has some mental sickness or she's being blackmailed or cajoled. Something is going on with her. This is not normal. She's the one that's supposed to be at the forefront. She's not the one that's supposed to be not able to eat, to sleep, to dance, to wine and dine. No, something is wrong. So I'm not even going to go her route. I just pray God forgive her soul. This poor man is fighting and fighting. Let us continue to keep him in prayer. God will enable him. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó gbàbọ̀dé. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí ọ̀tá kó rí wọn pèsè. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó ṣubú. We will continue to pray for God to enable him, to strengthen him spiritually, physically, and even his mental state. Kọ́lọ́ba preserve it so that he will not fall by the wayside. He will not go ill. He will not go sick, and he will be able to, continue to forge ahead. And justice will we get. Thank you all. I appreciate. I'm going to be at the comment section because I'm doing some things now. Thank you very much, man.
Oh, thank you so much, man. God bless you, man. Six Wings. Okay, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Jokem. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. I believe the sound is good.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to appreciate the speakers before us, the speakers, Queen and Dr. Esther. You see, this is the mystery, and I'm going to I'll be bringing in some genealogy to the mystery of what is happening. What is happening is that it shouldn't be something surprising to us, but it was because at Mohbad's time just want to be a lamplight to what has been happening. So if I say what has been happening, it means it's not the first time, it's not the second time, and it's not the third time. So here is the mystery. The mystery is that they are in a group, and this group they are in, it is a strong bond group that has to do with something more than magic, something that has to do with black power included, something that has to do with covenant and oath. So initially, the sound is good. Initially, it means that people have been going crazy for that. People careers has been buried. Some people even have died, whereby there is no lamplight, just like the case of Mohbad. So eventually, Mohbad also was lured into that group. So knowing fully of the foundation where he is
With
coming
this thing you are saying, how sure are you that with this information narrative? Because to me, all this like Mohbad was belong into a group, Mohbad belonged to one occultic, blah blah blah. Me, I don't buy all those narratives, but I'm just trying to know how authentic your information is. Like me, I don't believe Mohbad can. Anyway, let's listen to you.
Yeah, that's it, Madam Joker. The best way is just to listen. You know why? It's because let me come up with this statement. This statement I want to come up with is that there are three things that happens on this earth or in a society or in a country. And what are these three things? Number one is that people who make things to happen. So people who make things to happen at the first group is different from the second group, that those who watch things that is happening. So those happening, they are like the spectator. They are not the one making things happening. But the third group are also people who don't know what is happening at all. So it means that the third group now might be in a group of, we don't know what is happening, despite things is happening. And the second group, those who watch things happening. I think for a better understanding for people who are listening, who watch football, let's give football as an example. If they are playing football in my backyard now, if Messi and Ronaldo comes to play football, they are the one making it to happen. So anybody who goes to the stadium to watch, they are the one who watch things happen. They are the spectator. But Messi, Ronaldo makes it happen. At the end of the match, somebody might tell me that at your backyard today, Messi, Ronaldo is playing football. If I am in the third group, it means I don't know what is happening. I don't know them as well. So I link this to some of the things I'm saying. It's a mystery. That's why I call it a mystery.
Okay, we are listening. Sorry for that interjection.
Yeah, that's why I call it mystery. Now, I said it is not first person, the second person, the third person. But in case of Mohbad now, Mohbad has a strong spirit that has repented and he wants to come out of the shit that he doesn't want to do. And here is my mystery, that if you go into such things, there are things that are part of your body that will be needed to be initiated in this group. So this is whereby now. I'm saying something strong. I said if I cut this mystery, I will never envelope it on your platform like this. But because I just want to bring some mystery out here.
No problem. We are listening.
I don't know.
We are listening.
So this thing I'm talking about, it does not only applicable in music industry, it's also applicable in some certain strong society, whereby it is also applicable in political society as well. When I talk about political society, we all know I'm talking about the government, the president, and they also have that strong bond with each other, knowing fully that if they said we are making this person to be the next president, no matter the amount of the election you people want to do, they already know who is going in to be the next president. Why? Because they are in a certain group and in a certain society. Sometimes we can use this bad language, we can call them that they are the god of the system, who controls the system. So in the case of Mohbad now, so I'm going to keep some certain secret, not to embarrass our mind so much. So now he got to find out that, oh, this thing I want to do, I should be the light to bring mystery and end to this. There are some people now, I'm going to choose this, but I'm not going to mention. There are people that they killed them for blood money in this same society, and they were buried under the tree, and nobody's will never know. But on the day of an account with God, everyone's eyes will be open to see this mystery I'm saying. And let these days be an account day to record that there was a man who came here. He scored 6 wins. He brings some mystery, but he couldn't demystify it to the end. Now, when Mohbad got to that limelight that, oh, I have to bring light to all these things, and I don't want these things again. I want to go out. And no matter what you joined, now let me give, this is the secret. No matter what you joined in a dark way, let me put it this way. If you go to the devil, let's choose devil. If you go to the devil and initiate yourself with the devil, and you tell the devil you want to go out, you can't force yourself out automatically. It now needs somebody with a higher grace. Let's say God now coming to break that bond, because no matter how you try to lead the devil will say, I have a covenant with you, you can't go. The covenant is that you stay or you die.
But like that's because with this, all your narrative, all your narrations, what you have been saying, in a nutshell, you're trying to say that, like, okay, Mohbad was in a court group, or that this blah 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 blah. Now let's assume that, okay, he was in a court group. Is it those group that's by him inside the house? Because we were told, and we even had lately, that he by inside the house. Because honestly, I won't lie to you.
Coming there.
Honestly, I won't lie to you. I'm just listening. I don't want to cut it off. Like, I know, I believe some people are listening to, but to me, I don't know. I don't buy it, Sha. Just people are listening. So, okay, no problem. You can go ahead. They will keep listening.
Yeah, I'm still coming. I hope some people are in the comment who can follow this miss.
They are following you.
Yeah, very, very expensive mystery.
Mommy Ola, yeah. Are you there?
So now, I use the where I stop.
Okay, for me, need 10 minutes.
So where I stopped there?
I have a comment for comment section, man. I know you. Continue. So someone sent request, and that name is funny. So I just have to know.
Okay. Where I stopped last was that for you to come out of the devil's contract, you need it to. You need it to. Oh.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping.
Yes. Now, for
Mommy Ola, please. I want to do something
of such a group. You now need a stronger, higher force. Now that's why I'm putting it to be clear to us. Like, you now need a light from God now to bring you out from that darkness, and he will forget you forever. Let me give an instant. I'm still coming down. I'm trying to bring a mystery, but I'm shorting some. In university, there are some people who join court, and when they join court with meat and blood with some sacrifice. Now, if that fellow decided to say, I'm not longer part of your court, no matter where you go, they will look for him. They will search for him, and they will search for him to want you to come back. And if he says he is not coming back, they will tell him that your life might go for it. Why? Because you have known some of our mystery as secret that we have revealed to you. So you've known some of our secret mystery that we have revealed to you. So we are telling you to come back now in the name of the devil they serve. That devil himself will not leave. So such person need the power, the light of God to be out of that thing. So in the case of Mo now, Mo has discovered some certain thing that is not going well with him. Despite he said, you guys, you make attempt to run me mad. I did not. You make attempt to poison me. I did not. It means I am the light in this generation to bring an end to what you people have been doing. And there are spirit souls that has gone historical way like that. So they are now backing up more now to say this might be the end of whatever they are doing. So in this case now, more now eventually it was now a plan down that is it going
No, I understand what he's saying. You see, I just hope I didn't go to
the screen following me.
Yes, I understand. I understand what you're talking about.
Wings, where are you from?
Yeah,
Are you Ghanaian or Nigeria?
I'm in Nigeria.
Okay, continue.
All right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me connect back from where. Okay, good. So now in the case of Mona, he has seen those things, and now he is once in a while he doesn't know how to give all the full information of what he has saw, what he has tested, what he has participated in. So they are now much afraid that if this man freely go out of our camp, I hope he will not open everything that we have done in a secret, because this is a secret that no one should come out of this, that those who won't make attempt to go out of it, we make them mad, we make them die, we paralyze them, we finish some career. But this guy is not going to be an exemption. If he doesn't dance to our music, what we'll do is that his life must go for it. So several times his life has been, they make attempt to take his life, but it's like God's light was saying, you will bring the light lamp to all this mystery that is happening. And now look at what they now plan. They said, could it be this year we can do the finishing touch about him? And they said, so if we will do the finishing touch, we also have to play smart here now. Our smartness is that we are all participating to do this. So who are we going to use to be the forefront lineage? So the wife becomes the victim, who also part of the group society to be who will make the whole thing to be accomplished. And now, why am I saying this? People who are participating in this, that we have to leave the country, because if we are in the country, we may likely be associated or point finger and that, no, these people were in the country, even if they could not be the people at the front line, they must have hired some people to finish this job. So in that case, Sam Larry said, I have to run away of the country. Naramali also said, I have to run away of the country. But him is not around. So if he's coming back, let them quickly invite him to a show. So if they invite him to a show, this is all what is happening. But at that moment of that time, most spirit, also the light is shining that don't go to the show. And things were not comfortable with him, that he felt like, what am I going to do? So this is where he brought a friend in now. So, okay, my friend comes with me. So in the house, when he came back, between a week, there was a strong argument going on. Mo wasn't comfortable. The friend comes in. The wife also wasn't comfortable that this mission has to be done. So the wife also was now part of, let's go in and out the place of the venue, coming out to the place of the venue, and let's start looking for how this is going to happen. Could it happen at the venue? If it happened at the venue, it couldn't happen at the venue. Where is it going to happen? And finally, that happens in the house.
Can you Nollywood in Vimalele?
I'm giving us a mystery here. I'm very serious, Mother Joke.
I would let him finish.
It's making sense.
If this truth will be reviewed the way I'm saying it, you will find out that all what I'm saying. Okay, let me give example of something in the Bible. Some of us, I'm sorry for the people who are Muslims.
No, please let me interject you and continue. I don't want you to lose your line of thought, but with what you are trying to say now, you are telling us that both the wife and the husband knew that Mo has to go, Abi?
Exactly.
And you can believe.
Mo know that they will kill him. Okay, you know that in this world that we are. Nollywood continue. Do you know that sure means narrative I will let him continue. With narrative till fans. No, that's what I thought she be. Mo pé ọjọ́ yẹn ni ṣùgbọ́n ó láti wọn àti àwọn ẹ̀ láti jọ sọ pé báyìí ni kò ṣe ṣe according to Mr. Winston. Nǹkan tó sọ nìyẹn na listen. Okay, continue from where you stop, where you are saying that is it going to happen at the show or is it at home? Continue from there. No. Nǹkan tó ń sọ ni wípé girl yẹn ìfẹ́ dáwọ́ girl yẹn àti that's what he's saying. He's not talking about Mohbad. That Mohbad knows he's going to die that day. Okay, continue. People are enjoying you. Let me mute myself. Okay, so that I will not interject again. I will not interject. 6 minutes, continue.
Just give me something, Madam. Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to reconnect. Just give me some seconds because you've interfered. You break my connection.
Your line of thought is this. Let me remind you. That very day, is it going to happen at the show or is it going to happen at home? They are trying to know where it's going to happen. Okay. That's where you stop.
All right. Then I remember I said I wanted to come up with a story in the Bible. So any Muslim who is there, please just follow PMA. It's not about religion case. You know, there was a man in, I'm going to reconnect myself to more because there is a big mystery. I do have skipped some because we are on the air. If it were somebody personally who want to listen, I would nail it straight away but there was a man in the Bible called David, and David on one occasion went to his upper room. Then he saw a woman bathing naked, and that day when the woman was bathing naked, it means their day were not like our day because they have not developed to a science and technology whereby they can have a beam full light for David to see the woman. But the woman planted a particular light because he's living in the yard of David. And David said, can they make inquiry whose woman is that? And they said, it's Bathsheba. It's one of your servants' boy that you sent to fight Uriah's wife. And David said, bring the wife to me. And David knew the wife. It means he slept with the wife. David as a king, and the woman was pregnant. After the woman was pregnant, now David planned. He said, let them call me Uriah from the war front to come home back, that he doesn't need to stay with the fighter. He should come and stay with the wife. So when Uriah comes back, if Uriah had followed the instruction of David by going home to sleep with her wife, eventually the woman had already been pregnant. So the pregnancy was for David, but Uriah would thought it was my pregnancy because I came home already from the war front to sleep with my wife. So David knew what is happening. Bathsheba knew what is happening. So it means that now in this case, the wife knows what is happening. Are you seeing it? And who is David? David also knows what is happening. Now, who is the master to Uriah himself? He also knows what is happening. So in this case now, look at the mystery here. In this case now is that Mohbad himself now, I'm telling us this, Mohbad knew that something, the time for him to go has come, but he doesn't know how is it going to happen. Everyone here, this is a mystery. Let us not forget this tonight. If somebody will die within 3 days, or a week, consecutively on 4 different times, you will perceive that in your body. Not only will you perceive that, even God will show you in the dream that the time has come. So this man has seen that, so he has used it as a music that what I'm seeing that is coming in the future is not that good for me. If I will stay long, it's only God that knows. So he has perceived that already. In many ways, people can perceive it. You can see yourself being buried. You can see yourself eating with the dead. You can see yourself cross over. You can see yourself by saying your time is over here. But your body will still be. That's why people said something. One video is something they brought to me. How come they do video, his shadow wasn't shown? All these things are mystery already. So he himself, he knew, but he doesn't know how, when is it going to happen. But he knew the limelight of his time to be off from this head has already come so much close. Now, this is what happened in the house now. So after the whole thing from the show, the argument, the fight, everything, his friend comes down, they won't follow the driver, and they got home. And they felt, how could we make this happen now? And that happened in a mystical way. And if we followed all the reports now, I'm leaving the mystical way, let me bring things that are opening to us. If we follow the record now, the first said it was hair problem that killed this young man. And people were saying, how could it be ear problem? How could it be ear problem? And they now trace it. No, yes, sometimes he used to go in a crazy way. He's mad, he's running mental, and maybe that could be. And they said, no, his friend fight him, and what his friend